Okay, okie dokie. Oh my god, it's 2 in the morning. What in the world am I doing up? I know what I'm doing up. I'm making a video about boletes, bolete mushrooms. Why? Why at 2 in the morning I gotta be up before 8? It's because I picked these this evening in our neighborhood. I mean, it's just a fantastic hole. Who could ask for anything more? And I have an opportunity to finally speak about the edible boletes and the differences between them in their color, morphology, etc., and dispel some of the confusion that might exist for some of these. And I'm worried that by tomorrow morning, who knows, maybe they're not going to look the same or have the same color or whatnot. So what the heck? Let's do the video now. Okay, what do we have here? To the best of my knowledge. And you know what? I'll throw in percentages here as well, right? Percentages of confidence. How confident I am that the name I'm giving these is actually what they are. Okay, so let's start out with the one that I'm at nearest to 100%. This I'm at about 99% confidence that what we have here, these are Boletus Pseudopinophilus. I do not know if this name is still being used, if they changed it to something else, but several years ago, I looked it up online in order to make my do my research and find my biggest candidate for the fruiting bodies that I had at that time, and Pseudopinophilus absolutely fits. So you will see this is Boletus clade. I don't know if I can get close enough. Yeah, there you go. You can see the reticulation on the stem. Look at this bad boy. I like to call these brioche buns because when you find them, you just have this giant cap usually sticking out. Anyways, my color blindness, which sucks ass, can't really tell the color, but my wife tells me that there's a certain pinkish hue that these guys get, and if you don't see them in here, perhaps that pinkish hue, again, only if it's not here, it might go away or not be as prominent in the more mature fruiting bodies. So these guys have been growing for a bit, as you see, right? I mean, like this small one right here is, if you find them this size right here, they might be a little bit more pink on the cap. But anyways, I used to get these confused all the time with these guys, and I might have a different video about it eventually. These guys right here, I am at about, I'd say 95% confidence that what we have is Boletus Variipes, however you pronounce that that Latin binomial nomenclature title name, you know what I mean. Boletus Variipes. So here we go, right? You can see the cap looks looks like a Hawaiian bun. Looks like some bread in a European bakery. That's what it looks like to a colorblind person. Anyways, this is darker, it's brown, usually has these weird discolorations, right? And I find that with most of the caps, and also they're not quite as uniformly shaped as these guys. So, like, look at Homeboy here, right? Again, you have the strange discoloration, some light in there along with the dark. Let's look at this little guy. Yep, same thing. This poor boy's been through hell. Look at him. Anyway, you get the point. Yes, so I actually had some Boletus Variipes with my eggs this morning. Some ones that I found yesterday. Here they are. These are considered choice edibles. They taste just fine to me. I just fry them up in a skillet with some onions, some lunch meat, some egg. No complaints, no gastrointestinal distress. They're just fine. And also, you can find them free of bugs a lot more often than these guys. The Pseudopinophilus are the forest critters' #1 delicacy. I will never find one of these completely clean of bugs. I mean, they are almost always completely infested by bugs. And that's just the way it's been for years. I've been finding these guys for years. And that's just it. Another thing is, I mean, obviously, when you have them right next to each other, it's like, how can you get these wrong, right? Even with my colorblindness, I might not be able to tell you what color this is and what color this is, but they definitely look like different colors. There's a more velvety feel and definitely a firmer type of feel to the Variipes mushrooms. Okay, so 99% sure I got a Pseudopinophilus here. About 95% sure I've got my Variipes. And here, this is my pride and joy of probably this entire year. I can't believe I found these guys. And again, in my neighborhood, this is also a choice bolete. At least I believe it is. And I am taking a guess, an educated guess, that what I got here is a Separans. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But again, first of all, you can just tell, right? I mean, put them next to it. Let's just put them like this, okay? Let's just take a look at these edgeless clade right next to each other to really drive home the difference in their appearance, right? Now, obviously, morphology changes, but I mean, you can tell that despite the morphological variety that you might have in individual fruiting bodies, there's just a style to these that is different from this style, and definitely different from these as well. So I do believe I'm looking at Separans. Look at how, first of all, also gorgeous, very firm. This is probably the firmest out of all the styles that I have here of the edgeless clade. I mean, very velvety and firm cap. The cap is not that wide. It's actually quite small. It's quite narrow as well. And you got a very long stipe that isn't, for example, fat on one end and narrowing as you go up, like Homeboy here, right? This is like your classic looking mushroom, fat on the bottom, tapers to the top, and then you got your cap. It's not like that. These guys are just like whoop. Any humors. If I am wrong, and I am fully open to being wrong, if this video makes it onto YouTube or somewhere, wherever, where people can comment, people wiser than I, please give me your honest opinion. That is my best educated guess, best based on what I found. These three guys up here, I believe these are also are Variipes, even though the cap color is different. I'm thinking that this is, for reasons unknown, even though the cap does not look like the same color, everything else seems to fit. And that's why I think that these are also Separans. Variipes. So, okay, that is that. The difference between these three, right? You got your Pseudopinophilus, your Variipes, potentially Variipes, I really don't know, but what else could they be? And your Separans, Boletus Separans. Finally, the tenacious trio together again, our three amigos. Okay, doke, moving on. But wait, there's more. Yes, there is. I found some other ones, and these are completely unmistakable. Well, let me not speak too soon, but what we have here, and I'm saying this again with past 95% confidence, is the butter-footed bolete. Got 3 specimens here. Again, very firm mushroom. This is also an edible. It's quite good. Some people would put it in the choice category. I've eaten it before. It tastes just fine. What's funny about it is that it doesn't lose that color. So when you have it in with the rest of your food, let's say you have like, I don't know, onion, potato, whatever you're frying up, and then all of a sudden you got this weird mango color floating around in your pan, you're like, is that correct? But sure enough, it is. Tastes just fine. The butter-footed bolete. So you can take a look and see what that looks like. Voila. The butter-footed bolete might, to some eyes, like mine, look like this as well, but this is not a butter-footed bolete. I'm putting it here specifically to point out the differences. You can see that the spongy area at the cap, the pore surface is reddish in this case. At least it should be reddish. And you can see a lot of blue staining. Hey, little critter, where are you going? You see a lot of blue staining on the stem, especially on the bottom. I mean, this guy's pretty fat. Look at this chode. Anyway, this is most likely a red-mouthed bolete, and please do not confuse that with the butter-footed bolete. You can see that the cap is brown, the stem is yellow, but it's cleanly yellow, and the pore surface is also yellow. So there you go. These, edible, yummy. This, I don't know. I'm not risking it. I'm staying away from it. And finally, this one's just for shits and giggles. It's just that I was able to find some of these. This is what's called the wrinkled bolete for obvious reasons. And I just think it's a very, very pretty, fascinating looking mushroom. So if ever you find these guys, you're like, what the heck is that? There you go. You'll see that it has this, I forgot the name of it. You see that this is not reticulation, it has a different name. It's escaping me right now, what they call this particular surface, because, you know, it's 2 in the morning and I'm making mushroom videos, but whatever. So the combination of, first of all, the color, which is significantly different from everything else that we have here, right? I mean, let's put this guy right side up. There we go. I wish I wasn't colorblind. I mean, it just looks, to colorblind people, this looks green. Who knows what kind of actual color it is. But anyway, you can see the difference there. You can see the difference here, right? Once you start really paying attention to it, it's like you could never get something like this and this mixed up again. So there you go, the wrinkled bolete, 3 specimens. For your viewing pleasure. All right. It's 2:15 in the morning. I got to go to bed. Hope someone out there found this enjoyable or informative, in case you were looking for what these guys look like. Or these. Actually, before I end, quick summary. Pseudopinophilus. Variipes. Potentially Variipes, my best educated guess. Boletus separans, my best educated guess. The butter-footed bolete. The red-mouthed bolete, don't get it confused with this one. And the wrinkled bolete. Dun dun dun. Good night.